What's up, my people? So this Nigerian lady made a video recently, right, talking about how a wedding planner, another Nigerian during event, I think, a wedding planner in Houston, United States, tried to scam her of stole $20,000. Although she sued the wedding planner, but that wedding planner apparently he's a popular person, and I don't know her, but she stays in Houston. But going through Google reviews, it seemed like this person is popular, and a lot of people have reached out to her for services like that. Now, this lady claimed that she paid the deposits, just let's see how things goes. Take this, and later we'll pay you the remaining amount of money. But this lady did not pay for the venue. So our wedding is supposed to happen the 30th of March this month, but they are yet to even do anything. And now she sued the lady. I mean, it's America. I'm thinking right now, if you're that popular, you're a wedding planner, you stay in Nigeria, you stay in America, why wouldn't you come through? I mean, have you guys taken those attitude here in Nigeria? I mean, you can describe it as a lawless country, even though sometimes, the law does its thing. But the thing is, you took it over there, you collect money and do nothing. And according to our Google reviews, and that's why I keep saying, like, make sure you do research about someone or about an organization before you pay them for a service. And that's what this lady didn't do. So she just went ahead, paid. I'm sure if she had gone through it, she probably would have changed her mind, although some people still take the risk. But she went ahead and paid the money to this lady. And this lady started messing up. And she said that she went to the Google reviews, checked, and realized that there are other people who this woman have put into the same situation. I mean, I think they all should come together and just sue her as well.
It's when people come on camera and start crying, but I wasn't expecting to cry about this because it's been such a long time, but it's still so upsetting. Okay, let me take a moment. How a Houston wedding planner tried to scam me out of over $20,000 part 6. Who is the wedding planner? The wedding planner is Chioma Nwogu of Dure Events. This is her. This is her business. She scammed me out of over $20,000 by taking the venue deposit from us and not paying the venue. My wedding date was supposed to be March 30th, 2024. So today is March 4th. So in like 26 days, I should have been getting married. As of today, I don't have a venue. I don't have the venue deposit. I don't have a planner, because when you sue someone to court, like, how is the person going to keep on planning your wedding? She's dodging my calls. She's ignoring me. She hasn't made any contact with me since November 28th. I've tried to get mutual friends to talk to her. No response. She has fired her lawyer, or he has quit. I went to her Google reviews. She's owing vendors. This same thing that she did to me, she's done to other brides. And so she's basically taking money from the brides, telling them that she's going to pay vendors and not paying vendors. And some of these vendors have worked for free. So she has literally stolen their labor and refused to pay them. And she's also taking money from brides and refused to pay them. So she's stealing from everybody. She's stealing from everybody. Okay, so if you'd like to help me and other future brides, please boost this video, repost, share, comments. Like,
you should take your work serious. Like I said, especially when you're staying in the United States, you are out there, you are more like a public figure. People could easily sue you because you're out there. What you're doing is not a secret. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's just crazy when people disappoint here in Nigeria and think they can take that same behavior overseas and disappoint people. I see no reason why, when you're not a car dealer, come on, I see no reason why you can't come through on that, except you've used the money for one business and you're hoping that you're going to get profit from it before you use that money too. Some people do it. Having said that, guys, let us talk about how much Americans spend on weddings. 20K. And it seems like it's just deposit. So how much? Now, don't get me wrong, there are some Nigerians that are rich, that their parents, they are from a rich home, or they're just doing well, or They themselves actually work for their money. They've got good jobs and stuff. But let's talk about how much they spend in weddings. We know a lot of people in Nigeria, if they had the opportunity, they would spend millions of naira on weddings. And I remember a few years ago, it was a trend. Like, and again, the complaint was also a trend. Like, why are Nigerians misbehaving like this? Why are we spending so much money on weddings and all these things? And you know that you still have kids, save for kids and stuff like that. It was huge back then, you know, that trend. But my question is, what's the average amount you guys spend on weddings? I'm talking about Nigerians abroad. Because I have seen some weddings, and now we usually say this thing in Nigeria that, oh, white people, they usually organize simple weddings. It's a lie. They usually say, yeah, they don't spend money on weddings, sorry. So it looks simple. It looks simple doesn't mean it's not expensive. You know, their ring alone, some of them run into debt, serious debts, just by buying a engagement ring and wedding ring. Some of them run into debt. I'm talking about even white people. Some of these white people run into debt after their wedding. As a Nigerian, I also don't think that you should go over there and spend that much on weddings, because you can't compare yourself with people who owns the country. But if you've got the money, go ahead and do it. But I'm just thinking, like, people do spend that much on weddings, you know, in America. I don't know about the UK, you know, that's why I'm not saying much about it. I'm sure the people, I've never even had this discussion with anybody that lived in the UK before, that, hey, what's a wedding like, or what's a Nigerian wedding like in the UK? I don't know. But in America, you know, they spend money. Some of them might not look flamboyant, but they actually spend, you know, quite a lot of money on weddings. Let us move straight to the next one. And this next one is somehow similar to what we talked about in yesterday's video, where a lady slumped and died while working, a caregiver. She was a professional lawyer in Nigeria. And I remember saying that some people are not just made for that. You know, some people can't do physical jobs, like all those serious jobs or menial jobs that, you know, you have to exert strength, you know, be strong physically to do, you know. And the reason why I said that is because myself, I'm a typical example of that. I'm not physically strong to work for a long period of time. So I know that I can't do any jobs that I will have to go somewhere. That's why I don't work under anyone, because I know I will be frustrated. I don't have the strength. I thank God for brain, you know, thank God for technology, you know, and that's what I use. I can't. If you ask me to work as a caregiver for a week, I'm sure I'm going to faint in that week. And it's not because I'm not from a wealthy background or anything. That's always been me. I can't do physical strong jobs. That's why I said there are some people, they are not made for it. So if you're telling me now that let us go to UK, you first do this job, that means I would die before I even become somebody for the UK. You know, and again, there's this thing that I've said before: restarting and relocating. I think we should replace the word relocating with the word restarting, because when you leave Nigeria to the UK, or abroad, the US, you are restarting as a Nigerian in another man's land. So this guy actually shared his story, what he went through, you know, just shortly. He said, my true life story, sad and funny, my start in the UK.
Never envy anybody. You know, you don't have an idea, an inch of an idea how they started. Me as a person, would I ever imagine that I would sleep in the train station? Would I ever imagine I would sleep in the train? The train moved, and then I wake up. The train was going to another location. That was when I woke up. Like, I had to stop in the next stop to find my bearing. Would I ever imagine that I went to work in Leicester? There was nowhere for me. I was not having money for hotel, money for anything. I went to work in Leicester, Transvagal Square. Me and my friend, we sat in one very dark corner. Dark corner. After walking for hours, looking for where we can rest. We now managed to find a dark corner where we can rest. We sat in that dark corner. We managed to see small sleep that we started to see. Oh, after walking for about 4 hours non-stop, see small sleep because we are working the next day. We got there around 11 p.m. because we are working 6 a.m. the next day. And it was a standing job. We walked and walked and we are tired. We are knackered. Managing to see a small space where we can sleep, my dear. It was a dark on the road though. It was on the streets, but that place was just dark. It was a corner, but it was still a tiled part of the road. It was a tar road. One guy came and urinated on our head. There was a pub not far away from us. The guy came. We don't have money for hotel. We don't have any money for anything. The guy came to urinate on our head. From sleep, we shouted, "Jesus! What is this? Oh my God! What is this?" The same uniform we are going to use to work the next day. The same uniform we are going to use to work in the morning. Full of urine. All my trousers, my jean was full of urine. Would I ever think I will find myself in that place? Now you will see one guy. They do anyhow. Driving Benz, driving Tesla. You are not envy the guy. You don't know. People have dirty starts in this UK. It was the day I changed 10 pads in a day. I know that you know I am a strong man. I went to work in a care home. I changed 10 pads. Normally I work in care home, but I've never changed that kind of pad. I used to change 3 per day, 4 per day. Oh man, that was the day I said, God, I am not doing this kind of video. I did 10 pads in a day. Guy, I want go. So when you see some people, you know, when you see people that are doing well and you are envying them, my dear, go and ask for their stats. It is the most dirtiest stats you can ever imagine. Would I ever imagine I would sleep in a train station? Would I ever imagine I was sleeping on the road, somebody will come and pee on my head? But yet we see people now driving Benz, driving Tesla. Yeah, they are able to afford a house. They are able to afford a house of £1,000. They are able to afford living in London, but you don't know their stats. Don't envy anybody and don't give up. Everybody has sorrow may last for the night, but joy comes in the morning. Everybody has a dirty beginning in a foreign man land. I'm saying this to encourage somebody. Some people are already thinking of committing suicide. They're already depressed. In fact, you're already thinking of starting to use antidepressant drugs because you are depressed. In fact, some people want to go back to their country. They don't care again. At this point, I don't give a f about foreign. I don't give a f about UK, about any Canada, about USA. You're already depressed. I've gone through worse too. I've gone through worse. Please don't give up. This is just my advice to you. Don't give up. People are doing well today, but if you go and ask their story, hey, some people cannot even tell their story. Some people have slept in the airport. As they land like this for 3 days, they were sleeping in the airport, hiding around, so that the people will not know that I've seen this person yesterday. Why is he still in the airport? They are changing location in the airport just for them to find a place to stay. Sorrow may last for the night, but joy comes in the morning. That's my advice. Never give up. Don't.
I saw a comment in the comment section yesterday that, or even in Nigeria, the lady that slum and died, could have slum and died even in Nigeria. If she was working as a lawyer, she will have time to take care of herself. And we have good doctors in Nigeria. Don't get it twisted. We have good doctors in Nigeria. You know, I'm on insurance, Exam Answered, right? I see my doctor anytime. My drugs, they are free. It's only once in a year that I get to pay for my insurance. If my doctor prescribes drugs, I will just go get it without paying at the approved pharmacies right under them, and they have a lot of them. You know, you can get a lot of. I get a lot of things for free. I see my doctors for free. You know, I do. If I had to do scan and everything, I do it for free. But there are other things that you will have to pay for, but most of the things it's free since I'm under insurance. And we have one of the best doctors, even better than the one in the US. I tell you, for real, there are some results that I got after meeting with a Nigerian doctor that I never got, with a doctor in the United States, or doctors in the United States. And if you don't like a doctor, you can always change to another hospital. Okay, moving on to the next news. When we're talking about abroad, when you're talking about the UK, the first thing you mention, or the first thing on that list, tax. So I've always wondered, how much do they pay for tax, in the UK? And sometimes you see people come online, share their stories and say different things, right? you just be like, okay, are they really saying the truth, or they are saying this content and stuff? This lady was talking about paying tax, 300 pounds for tax. And I'm thinking, if I think I think it's low. Like, if you ask me, like, if you're paying 300 for tax, isn't that low? Is she saying the truth? And I also know that it depends on how much you're earning. So maybe she's not earning that much, but there are some valid points that this lady made as well. Like, wait, do Nigerians, now I understand the old ones that went there when things were still better, do Nigerians still go overseas to give birth to 4-5 kids? I also want to understand, though. You went to another man's land, you started giving birth to your papa, no be Dangote, your papa no be Wigwe, your papa no be... Don't mind me, but why are you giving birth to 5 kids? Yeah, why are you giving birth to 5 kids or 6 kids? I don't understand. Okay, because the government will take care of your kids, and you don't have to pay this, you don't have to pay that. There are still other areas where you go still choke you. There are still other areas where you go still choke you. But guys, let us watch this video.
I'm back again in my bonnet. I need to set you people straight, because somebody needs to set you guys straight. I keep seeing posts of people complaining about the tax. The tax in the UK is too much. They are the UK is hard. Don't come to the UK. Calm down. Titi, calm down. Calm down. When you don't vex on this, calm down. Let me calm. Now let me analyze this for you. You have a job and you're getting paid 2K, 2.5, 3,000 a month. Good. And you're paying tax of like 300. Yeah? Okay. And you're complaining the tax is too much. Do you know that if they didn't regulate this country, you're not going to be earning that amount you're earning? Your country is not regulated. That's why tax is not a thing. Where you're coming from, it's not regulated. That's why tax is not, it's not a thing. You're so used to not paying tax. So when you come to a country where tax is a thing, because the country is actually working, you're going to find it very difficult to. But the problem is, why are you complaining? You're making money, so why are you complaining? The things you're doing now, could you have afforded to do when you were back home? No. The people that are doing the same job you're doing here in Nigeria, how much are they earning? I didn't hear you. Okay. Even bank managers in Nigeria, how much are they earning? So you left all the reasons you came here, and your problem is tax. Let me close that chapter and open another one. You have 4 kids. You're complaining, but you have 4 kids. 1, 2, 3, 4. Even 3, even 2, even 1. The whole time your wife was pregnant, till she gave birth, she didn't pay anything. It was free. Even our medications were free. They were free. There is a certificate they give to the pregnant women to collect free medications from pharmacies. It was free. Scan, blood work, everything, delivery. She had access to the best doctors. The best, I mean, if anything, if you have brain damage right now, ambulance, the best doctor, new country, one man refers, you're going to be referred immediately to the best. If something happens and you can't get there, they're going to use a helipad to pick you up and drop you at the hospital if they have a helipad. Are you joking? If you don't have money, do you have access to that kind of healthcare in Nigeria? Torí ẹ máa ń gbàgbé orí ó máa ń gbèsò ẹ máa ń gbàgbé ibi tẹ́ ti wá ẹ máa ń gbàgbé. I didn't even suffer in Nigeria. I lived a very comfortable life. A very, very comfortable life when I was in Nigeria. But because I've been a grateful person since I was a child, I still appreciate, the good things of life when I see it. But most of you, you know where you're coming from. Most of you even came from a below average family, and you are still complaining. Okay. Those kids, you gave birth to them, it was free. Midwife check, everything was free. Antenatal, everything was free. Immunization, free. When that child is 3 again, free school. for the child, and you are complaining. Tani ko beto mo Obi mo marun kale. Tani ko beto. If you were in Nigeria, you know how much you're going to be paying for school fees, everything for those kids. You know how much you're going to be paying to train those kids in school if you were in Nigeria. But in UK, it is free. Even if you have 10 kids, free school. You will now carry your phone. You will come online and be complaining that they are collecting tax from you. So you just want to enjoy everything without giving back to the same society that is structuring their society to be able to give you the life you are living, to be able to afford the life you're living. You're still complaining. And then your kids are literally living for free. It's only food and clothes you're buying for those kids. Mori. If I see any other video of any of you saying UK is this and that, you will go back home. Now your village people are calling you. You will go back home. Should be not some people they say they go find 700 million to come pay ransom. Abi for Niger, you will go back home.
Okay, guys, that's where I'm going to hold it. As usual, we have a lot, but this is where I'm going to hold it. Like this video for more videos if you want to see more of this. Subscribe. Until we see you next time. Peace.